Insurance isn't one size fits all. That's why customers have enjoyed Progressive's Name Your Price tool for years now. With the Name Your Price tool, you tell them what you want to pay, and they'll show you options that fit your budget. So whether you're picking out your first policy or just looking for something that works better for you and your family, they make it easy to see your options. Visit Progressive.com. Find a rate that works for you with the Name Your Price tool. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Price and coverage match limited by state law.
Ooh, baby, we got a wild one for you this week. We talk about
FOMO, baby. FOMO.
I do shed a singular tear about not being able to go to a party.
We had a great time. I'll give you the rundown about my my party times here in Los Angeles, California.
I complain.
We talk about the film Catfight. Mm-hmm. And Meatball is about to get canceled for policing people's art. It's happening.
I never wanted to be a cop, but here I am. Give me the badge. Goodbye. I want a badge and a gun.
Well. All right.
Okay.
Enjoy the episode, everyone.
Oh, goodbye.
Oh.
Mom!
When your first choice is a big old bus,
You turn around and boom,
you end up with us.
sloppy seconds. Oh, diva.
Our number is 213-536-9180. Our email is sloppysecondspot@gmail.com. Now on with the show.
Okay, bitch. I see you, bitch.
Hi, you slops, you stupid little fucks, you nuts, little fucks, you dirty little fucks, you stupid little fucks. Welcome to Sloppy Seconds, Big Dipper and Meatball, and that's Big Dipper. Hello.
How are things? You're in a spiral, but feeling good, feeling lovely, feeling great.
I think I'm feeling fine today. I'm just got to try to find someone to rhinestone something for me over the weekend because I'm not going to do it, and I can't do it, and I'm busy.
Here are some things about me. I'm not going to do it. I can't do it, and I'm busy.
It's that thing where it's like, I want it to look nice and I could do it, but it will take me 7 or 8 times as long as it would take to just find someone who can make it look nice.
Right.
Especially with rhinestoning. I thought you could just throw stones on something and be like, oh, it's shiny. But like truly when you look at it, it's like, oh, the placement matters. The spacing matters.
It totally does. And, I think it's interesting because I remember the first time I got something stoned and the person offered me all of these options. They were like, well, do you want it to like trickle out this way? Do you want it to look like this? And I was like, oh, I really thought it was like people just get stoned and then sit there with a glue stick and stone things.
Well, with E6000, you can't use a glue stick.
Well, sure, of course. Not the case, mama. Hey, let me ask you a question.
Get into it, bitch.
Are you the kind of doll? Are you the kind of doll that has a budget? I'm talking about personal in your life. Like, are you like, I like to spend this much on my groceries. I like to spend this much on my.
Yes, there is a budget, but it wasn't like I set out and was like, I'm only going to spend this amount of money. It was like during the pandemic, when we like things just started to seem like they were happening in rote over and over and over. I started realizing like, oh, this is about how much I spend on groceries each week. Right. And if I'm going to cook something special, I know that it's going to be $50 or $60 more than what that budget is. Now, for costuming and fabrics and such as, I truly do go to those $3 a yard places in downtown and just hunt. But I have been known to spend upwards of $25 a yard on fabric.
But
most of the time I'm keeping it like say, for instance, tonight at Precinct. It's the 90s party. Uh-huh. It's a monthly party. The drag show is a big part of it, but it's not the whole part of it. So if I was going to do like an homage to somebody, I wouldn't try to find the most expensive version of that fabric. I would be like, give me the $6 or $7 a yard version.
Right. I guess I'm more thinking about life.
I do have a budget. Bitch, I had to walk into Apple Store with a budget. And I was like, these are the things I need. And this is how much money I'm willing to spend on it.
This is what I want to spend. This is what I want to spend.
Make it work for me, Dylan. You bring those painted little nails over here and point at this iPad.
You were like, because what I'll give you at home is a point and a point. So you said, who in this Apple store can give me that good point? No, I don't know.
I did
I've been
run
thinking
into
a lot
a drag
about
queen
this.
at that Apple store.
I've been thinking a lot about, what'd you say?
I ran into a drag queen at that Apple store.
In drag.
No.
Her drag was amazing. It was these tight khaki pants. It was this blue t-shirt with an Apple logo on it. Just titties perky. High ponytail,
Titties.
glasses. She was giving she's all that walking down the stairs. The drag was on point, honey.
Even down to the part where she could not help me. She was really in character that day.
She said, I'm so sorry, but I cannot help you. You know what the wild thing about the Apple store is? All of the design is so, like, ergonomic that, like, they just, like, press the side of a table and, like, a printer pops out where they, like, print you a receipt. And they just, like, touch all these, like, secret buttons and, like, a cable appears from somewhere and you're like, girl, what is going on with this table? Who built this? It's full of all these secrets and their spires.
Secrets in their spires, honey. And also they have like holsters for their iPhones on their pockets. And every
Obsessed.
iPhone in that store has a weird attachment, and none of them do the same thing. I was looking at one lady being like, "You can't help me check out," and she was holding an iPad and she was like, "No, I can't." But he can't over there, and he had to pull out an iPhone. I was like, "We got to get out of here."
I feel like there was a moment at the beginning of the Apple stores when they were doing remote checkout. Like, it used to be you had to go up to, like, the front area and they, like, checked you out on a computer.
Yeah.
And then when they started doing remote checkout, I don't think they were using iPhones. I think they were using, like, I mean, this could all be some fake memory that I have, but I feel like they were using some device that all you did was, like, swipe a credit card. It was, it was like a point of sale device.
Yeah.
But it was, like, not an iPad or not an iPhone. And they were, like, quickly like, no, we have to come up with our own, like, internal software and programming for, because what would it look like if we're all walking around here with little androids swiping your credit card to sell you an overpriced iPad?
Yeah, or we have to, like, they walk up to like a computer and it's Adele.
Yes. And she's like, rolling in the deep.
Rolling
How does
in
rolling
the
in the deep
deep.
go?
That's not rolling in the deep.
And I said fire to the rain. Oh, that's
To
a
the
different song.
rain.
Rolling in the deep and fire
Yeah.
to the rain. Okay, so let's talk
I
about
love Adele.
some things.
Let's talk about you last night, honey. Let's talk about everything you got up to that I didn't get to go to. So
I
you were
went to-
invited to an.
Yeah.
There
Go
you
ahead.
go.
There you go.
There you go.
I went to a party at the home of some of the founders of World of Wonder last night. It was a charity event. So I received an email. I'm on a list. Lovely gal.
The invite was a charity event for you.
Yes, they were like, what, let's do some charity. Let's get Dipper over here at a party. No, I received an invite and it was like, hey, we cordially invite you to this thing. In order to secure your spot, donate below. And it had some like amounts to donate. And some of them were very high and some of them were more reasonable. And I donated and I put 2 down because I figured you and I would go to the event.
And I was ready to go.
And I was ready to do so until I was not.
I had an
And
outfit picked out and a alcohol of choice in my purse.
it was like a fundraising event for an organization that does like a lot of work around foster care and like
Okay.
placing children into homes. And on the microphone, they said they raised $250,000 at the party last night from donations.
Good for them. That's incredible.
So I think there were a lot of people who the party was a really interesting mix because it said it was hosted by RuPaul, Ross
Was she there?
Matthew. Yeah.
Was
Rue
he
was there. Michelle was there.
Did you
Ross
talk to
was
RuPaul?
there. Carson was there.
Did you talk to RuPaul?
Randy and Fenton from World of
Did you
Wonder
talk to
were
RuPaul?
there. No.
Did you talk to RuPaul?
I said no.
Oh, I asked
Rue-
12 times.
Rue was not mingling. Rue was away.
So it was like I said, they were in a secret spire in that house.
No, Michelle was mingling. Ross was mingling. Everyone else was around. And then
I'm throwing a fit. I
Fenton
am
gave a
throwing a
speech.
fit.
because Fenton and his husband Billy have adopted kids. And they worked with this organization called Extraordinary Families, and that's who the event was for. And so, anyhow, they gave a speech, and then Michelle got on the mic and gave a speech, and she was like, "I was adopted." Jeffrey Boyer Chapman was there. He's like on the board of the thing and one of the hosts, and like
Did you know
whatever.
that new movie Knock on the Cabin is based on Fenton and Billy's trip out to the cabin? Just kidding. Keep going.
What cabin?
Oh, you don't know that? It's a new movie. It's
I
based
saw
off
the
of-
movie. I mean, I saw the teaser for the movie, The Knock at the Cabin Door.
Fish.
That movie took in the trailer for The Knock at the Cabin Door. There are like three massive twists and turns. First, you're like, oh, gay family, gay bashing. And then you're just like, oh, not specifically gay bashing, just murder. And then they're like, you have to make a choice for the apocalypse. And you're like, so sci-fi thriller?
Yeah.
And then I'm like,
couldn't
maybe
get
it's a cult?
Also, tell me why in my memory of that, Neil Patrick Harris and his husband are playing that couple.
Well, because you love Neil and David. You're just obsessed
I
with
do.
them.
I've done a lot of research on them.
Okay, so, the party was cool. The pool, a lot of it was in the backyard, and the amount of real estate next to the pool was not big, so we immediately were like, when we walked in the back, we were like, someone's gonna accidentally get knocked into this pool. Because it was like, you had to like walk around the pool to get to the bar.
I would have gotten in
know.
the pool. I would have fallen in the pool.
I saw Naomi Smalls. I saw Valentina. I saw Mayhem Miller.
In drag, out of drag.
Valentina was in a look. Naomi was out of
Sure.
drag. Morgan and Mayhem were in drag. Moby was the DJ. And when Michelle announced, Michelle was like, now let's all say 2 words, reveal yourself. And then like Rue came out from this like back gate and like hopped on the mic, made a speech, and then left. So she was clearly not going to like mingle with anyone. But it was fun. Everyone was there. I ran into a couple people that I know. We took photos with the pit crew in their House of Love undies. And we got some swag bags. So this is for you, Meatball. This is a House of Love shimmering tote. And there's alcohol.
I'm in a weird place where I'm like almost crying. This is how upset I am.
Let me tell you this. The party was not fun. It was like 90
No, but you know, one of my
minutes.
favorite things to do is go to an event and then like be a fucking nightmare. Like show up, get drunk, be a nightmare and leave.
When I ran into Morgan, she was like, "Where's your partner in crime?" And I was like, "Yeah, I know. She was supposed to be here and wasn't." And Morgan pointed to this like balcony. She was like, "Oh, girl, she would have been up there jumping into the pool, screaming from the top of the thing, over there swinging by the ice cream machines, and like, like."
Ice cream machine?
Oh, no, sorry, ice cream station. There were pinball machines and an ice cream station. But I have these.
No, my body, I'm like not okay.
Oh, this is non-alcoholic. Ginger Mule, non-alcoholic. This is pomegranate lime vodka. I'll give that one to you. And then
So these are new flavors they're
I
releasing
think
for
so.
the children.
And then this one is tangerine margarita. So these can all be for you.
Oh. My new favorite thing is I was at a show, Tony Soto's Learn the Words Bitch, the other day, and the prize was a package of those. But those are new. But now they're putting a born on date.
Yes.
Not a sell by date.
Okay, yes. I was gonna say these are all born this way. These were born these were all born in April.
Those were born this way.
Okay,
Born
and
this
then
way.
the last thing about this party that was wild is I met Chaz Dean. You know Chaz Dean from all the
I
billboards.
love Chaz Dean.
And when we were leaving, so we met Chaz. Chaz sort of like knew the person that I was with, and they were all having conversation. They all had long hair and flat brimmed hats. It was like Chaz, his friend, and the person I was with. My friend all had these like flat brim hats and long hair.
An
you know
Amish
that LA
family,
look,
if you will.
all bearded, all long hair, all have flat brim hats. And when we were leaving, I wasn't I didn't know what they were handing out at the door, but I was like, I'm taking a fucking swag bag. I'm leaving like a multi-million-dollar mansion in LA with celebrities at this party.
Were the bathrooms indoor? Did they get porta potties outside?
I did not use a bathroom while I was there.
Is there like a pool house?
I think it was the pool house, like when we went to Nicole's house.
Yeah.
So they were handing out bags, and one of them was really heavy, and I was like, bitch, this is just going to be full of like goodies. I was like, maybe there's an iPad in here. I really was like expecting so much. Can I show you what this bag is?
It's just a mirror. Or a stack of magazines they're trying to get rid of that have a faint odor.
It's all Chaz Dean products.
Oh!
It is.
You know, I met Chastain when I was doing those old Hornet videos. Here's the thing. I don't want to speak ill of Chaz Dean because he was very nice to me when I met him. But
I mean, so
there was a
many
lawsuit
bottles.
about that. The original hair care products. Send them over here. Actually, they probably won't work on my hair texture.
Yeah, and my
Anything
thought
says
was
deep conditioning or heavy moisturizer or something.
there were restorative facial night cream from Bella Spirit. Wow. Fragrance.
Well, that'll be great,
I'm going to
'cause
bring
you
this
just
to
got that
Delta.
facial.
I'm going to give this fragrance to Delta.
Oh yeah, give Delta whatever she needs. Give it all to Delta. Well, she's bald.
There's pink lemonade and fresh apple.
Oh, give them all to Delta. Let her do a mom special where she just does that with Chaz Dean.
But I thought it was so funny because I was like, what is this? This like gift box? Fresh apple soy wax candle. But I was
He's
like,
making a lifestyle.
Girl,
I don't know
Chaz
if you know
Dean,
this,
I
but
didn't
Chaz
know.
Dean's like hair studio is like a set of like 7 or 8 bungalows. So when you go get your hair cut, you get your own like bungalow to sit in and relax in while you wait.
I loved when he introduced himself to me, who was like, I'm Chaz Dean. I was like, bitch, you better go off. My friend who I was with said, you're like the Angeline of the 2000s. And Chaz didn't laugh. Because he's on so many billboards everywhere.
Oh, I know. I see him daily. When I drive down Western, you can't not see him 3 times.
And he's doing that thing that I love that hairdressers do to long hair, where their hands are outstretched. How do you describe the motion? We're both doing it.
You take your hands like little spiders, and then they put it underneath
on the
hair,
scalp,
and then like zhuzh it
at the root,
Yeah.
and shake it. It's sort of like a violent shake. Oh, it's the best. All right, well, let's take a break.
We'll take a break on that.
Do you want to improve your sleep? Well, listen up and get a Helix.
Whether you sleep on your side, your back, your stomach, Helix makes premium mattresses that are designed to fit your specific sleep style.
You know, now that it's spring, why not upgrade your sleep game and get a Helix mattress?
And you know what?
What?
I can guarantee you that they have a mattress for you with over 20 different styles and models for you to sleep on. I love sleep. I can't get enough of it.
And I love my Helix mattress. So ever since I got the big and tall, I know we go on and on about it, but it's a perfect fit for me. I haven't had a mattress before that I was able to select a model from, and I'm so happy I got to do that with Helix.
And I too have the big and tall model, and it's perfect for my big and tall body. I loved it so much, I got a second one from a guest room.
True.
Yes, baby. And the people are sleeping great in there when they eventually do sleep in there.
Best of all, Helix delivers right to your door with free shipping in the US, and you can get a 120-night sleep trial to make sure that it's right for you.
You also get peace of mind because Helix mattresses are backed by a limited lifetime warranty and have been recognized by experts at places like Forbes and Wired. And me. I am a sleep expert too.
Period. Go to helixsleep.com/sloppy to get up to 27% off site-wide during their Memorial Day sale.
That's helixsleep.com/sloppy, and make sure you enter sloppy seconds after checkout so that they know that we sent you.
helixsleep.com/sloppy.
Get yourself a Helix.
We all have days when we want to eat well, but just don't have the time or the energy to plan, shop, and cook.
That's exactly where Factor comes in. They deliver fully prepared meals designed by dietitians and crafted by chefs right to your door.
With Factor, you can stay on track with your nutrition goals, whether that's high protein, balanced meals, or overall wellness, without any extra effort.
The meals are fresh, never frozen, and ready in just 2 minutes, which makes it easy to fit into your routine.
You know, I love coming home after a long day and having a tasty and filling Factor meal. It's waiting for me, and I don't have to worry about shopping. It's quick and easy, and one less thing I need to think about when I get home.
You know, I'm feral for fish right now, and I always get my fix with Factor. I recently had their scampi-styled shrimp and salmon, and let me tell you, it did not disappoint.
So get Factor today and start enjoying delicious and nutritious meals.
Head to factormeals.com/sloppyseconds50 off and use code sloppyseconds50 off to get 50% off and free daily greens per box with new subscription only, while supplies last until September 27th, 26. See website for more details.
That's factormeals.com/sloppyseconds50, like the number, off. Sloppy Seconds 50 off.
And we're back.
Now tell
And then
me.
after the party,
Oh yeah.
you went to
Then we went to the
The
bourbon
bourbon
room
room.
where Alaska held her album release event,
release party.
which was really fun.
Was it like Beyonce's where she just played her album from top to bottom and drank the whole time? Or did she perform?
They played the album like 3 or 4 times on loop while we were just like sitting there. And there was like a VIP reception that started earlier, and they played the music video, which is out now, the one I worked on with Kane. That's Alaska and Bosco and Dusk and Abora. And they like
Oh, yes.
covered Alaska's
I saw
car
that.
in mud. And by they, I mean me. Well, Kane, but I helped. So then Alaska performed with some dancers, and then Jan sang and Laguna Blue sang, and then they did a song together. And then this guy named Alex Chapman DJ'd for a little bit. It was really cute. Willem was there. I saw Kane.
Christopher Kane.
Christopher Kane. Honey Davenport was in the house.
Love Honey Davenport.
I saw Nick Laughlin. I saw Assad from afar. I saw a fair number of people from afar. I don't really like being that
Assad
social.
from afar. That's
know Assad.
sexy. I saw Assad from
I
afar.
saw Assad from
Yeah, I
afar.
saw Assad one night when I was out when I went to Heart.
Was it from afar?
No, it was from a close. He was being held afar, very upset that he was not in VIP.
Oh, and he was like, "I'm sorry."
I don't understand what. Sometimes at Heart, it's so weird with the wristbands. There's like 3 different colors. I think I was given the wrong one.
Oh, because it wasn't the best one.
Yeah, and I was like standing up there, and I was like, I don't belong up here. Like, there's actually like real people up here. So how was it?
It was really fun. I mean,
How's the album?
the album's great. Like, let's be honest. I don't know that Alaska might be too busy to still listen to our show. She occasionally will like say random things from our show to us. So I think she does listen, but you know, it was really interesting. Her album was meant to come out
Aline.
almost a year ago.
Yes, I remember.
And
There
then
was a huge tour planned back then.
right, and then they had to postpone the tour because of Omicron, and so now the tour is coming out. So they did the smart thing, which is let's hold the album until just before we go out on tour. So now they release the album. She goes on, you know, the musical opens next week. Then she goes on tour right after. It's like, it's all a very smart rollout, but I've been hearing this music and aware of a lot of this music for a while now.
Oh.
You know, it's a very long lead because she put out Wow, she put out Beautiful Night for Breakdown, she put out like Girls. I don't even know if Girls Night is on the album or not. She put out I See Red. I See Red.
I See Red, which she
and-
admitted to is about killing someone.
Yes, girl. This album is rough stuff. She's tapping into her rage in those early 2000s vibe. Anyhow, it's great. It's full of bops. The songwriting is killer. Everything is like really memorable and fun. And the newest song or the video that we did with her is for this Ace of Base cover, All That She Wants.
All that she wants is another baby.
That's right.
Gone tomorrow. Is that it?
Mm-hmm.
She's gone tomorrow?
But let me tell you, Hollywood, baby, that's crazy down there at night. It's like college.
Oh, yeah. Well, you know what's even worse is sometimes when I would leave, for me to leave WeHo, I have to go back east. And like driving through West Hollywood and Hollywood at night is insane.
The children are raucous. I'm like, who is having a quiet dinner party and going to bed at a reasonable hour? I had some boy that I was just trying to like socialize with. My new thing is just let's be friends. I'm just trying to let's be friends with everybody. And I had
I don't
this
have time for that.
I
don't
had
have time
this
for new
boy
friends.
that I was
have
trying to
too
be
many friends.
I was trying to be friends with. And I know I'm just wildly hypocritical. I've said so many times on this show, I don't need any new friends. Now I'm just trying to be friends with everybody. This boy, we were supposed to get together on Wednesday, and he was like, "Oh, I have friends in town. I'm sorry, I can't hang out because we have dinner, but I could meet up later." And I was like, "Sure, like 9:30, 10 o'clock, we could meet at the Eagle for like, an hour and a half, be home by midnight." And he was like, "Oh no, I meant like meet at midnight." I was like, "On a Wednesday?"
On a Wednesday? That's no.
He's in his
that's
20s.
not trying to be friends. That's like setting up for a hookup.
I don't think so. He just was like, I have to do this dinner party and then I'll be free after.
Oh, so maybe the dinner party was like started at 9. Oh, that's so crazy to me.
Girl, this is not New York City. And I am not in my 20s. Though I could be a night owl if I just rearranged my day.
One of my good friends, literally just any night of the week, for no reason, nothing's keeping them up. They just go to bed at 4 a.m.
Right. There are
And
some
then they
people who live
wake
their
up
life
at like
that.
1 or 2, and that's just like their life. And I get that works for them, but I hate doing shit past noon.
Tell me
Like,
about
if
it.
I have to run errands or do anything, I'd love to get it all done in the morning.
I want to be up at
I want to be. I'm usually up at 6 or 7 these days as an old man. What else do we have to talk about?
Well, I want to bring up something. When I was driving last night, I have a whole list here. When I was driving last night, I have two stories from last night that I'm curious about. One is when I was driving at an intersection, there was a man in headphones, full sweatpants, like workout sort of gear.
Cock.
No, it's not cock story. He looked kind of 80s, like rolled up, cuffed, and socks and like a sweatsuit, like just a generic sweatsuit, sort of jogging in place in an intersection with a huge cross that says Jesus saves on the cross.
Nope.
Now my question is like, what is
Why was
the
I in
goal?
for a
Like,
minute?
I want to like follow them home and see like, whew, great 2 hours out there. Like, is the goal doing cardio? Because again, jogging in place, sort of like, raising that sign up and down. What's in the headphones? What's the mindset? And then what do you do when you go home? And what do you do? Like, gotta hit a new intersection tomorrow. Like, what is that person's existence?
Okay. I just had this thought because I just recently watched that movie Little Nicky with Adam
The
Sandler.
Adam Sandler film?
Yeah, okay. Just follow me on this and I'm going to land right where you were. Okay. I saw that movie, and in it, there was like a guy who, when Little Nicky comes to Earth, his first reaction is like, "Oh my God, you're the devil, you're the devil, you're the devil," and he ran away, and everyone thought that guy was crazy. And then I was driving on Franklin, where the old fellow barber is or wherever, and there's a guy that stands there now holding a sign that says like Jesus loves, and like as I drove by, he like gave me a thumbs up and looked at me, and I was like, that's weird. And so in my mind, I was like, maybe this is him being like, I was like, maybe he is tapped into something that we don't get. And like, this does it makes him feel good, but I don't understand, again, what drives a person to get up in the morning and stand on a street corner and hold up a sign other than something is telling them to do that. And like, is it are they crazy?
Well, I think there is a thing in like religion, and I think more specifically in Christianity, but I think there is a thing about like recruiting, and it's not really called recruiting or grooming. It's mostly called like sharing the word of the Lord, or like sharing the way of Jesus Christ or whatever. But I think there
I don't
is
wanna
like
get into that.
a part of it where the people go, oh, I feel better, or God sees me better if I'm out here spreading the word of the Lord. Because they're not trying to raise money. They're not trying to take you anywhere. They're just trying to let people know that, hey, guess what? Jesus saves.
Yeah, but then
Girl
it's like
saves
there's
what?
got to be a more
$1.50?
proactive way to get that
20%?
word out.
Who knows? I mean, imagine if like your job, maybe you're not good at public speaking. Maybe you don't have the wherewithal to like create a website using squarespace.com/sloppy. Like maybe all you do, like the only way you can think to get the word out is to slowly etch Jesus saves into a 2x4, strap another one on the back of it, and hit the streets.
There's another guy in downtown LA. He's like the bicycle Viking. He'll just, in an intersection, just take it over and ride in big circles and just block traffic for like 2 or 3 lights until someone, gets out and starts walking at him. And then he'll ride away. But it's like, what in the world? Why?
Well, there is a drag connection here, because remember, who is that queen who used to dress up like the devil and lip sync? I mean, it wasn't a lot of makeup or anything. It was just like heels and a panty, and she used to perform at Bushwig, and she would carry like her own speaker around. She's like a known entity. And now I think she was
I
just
don't
at
know.
Decadence walking around New Orleans, but her entire gig is like guerrilla style performance. Everyone knows who I'm talking about who's listening. Like, tag us.
For some reason, it's one of those things where I'm sure if I saw it, I'd recognize
But
it.
her ministry is to go out in the world and just do drag for people,
Ministry?
or just do lip
Yeah.
syncs for people. You know what I mean? All right, let's take another break.
All right, let's take a break.
Okay, we are back, and I want to tell you I've been DMing a little bit with Ocean Kelly.
I love Ocean Kelly. They're
I'm very
going to
excited.
be at Fat Slut Atlanta on October 7th. So get your tickets.
Now, we're 2 weeks out from this party in Atlanta.
It is 2 weeks away.
I have heard through the
It's 2 weeks.
grapevine that current Out TV star Boomer Banks will be in town and attending Fat Slut.
I've heard that another RuPaul's Drag Race winner may be attending as well.
Oh.
Oh. So we might have special guests
when she's off work.
When she's done being the Disney star.
That's exciting.
I actually don't know if she's coming. I just invited her and she said that sounds fun.
That sounds fun. Yes, well, I'm very excited. I've been DMing with Ocean Kelly, and I believe there's a little, what the kids call, collab in the works. So we might...
A super secret project that will be dropped at Fat Slut.
It's possible.
Atlanta Pride.
It's possible.
At Venkman's. At Fat Slut. At Venkman's.
So tell people, listen, tell people where they can get their tickets.
You can go to ticketweb.com/event. There's got to be a bit.ly or whatever those things are called.
Yeah, we did this last time on the show, and then you didn't make one. Here's what. Just Google Fat
Here's what.
Slut.
You just literally Google Fat Slut
Atlanta.
Atlanta, and then TicketWeb comes up, and then you go buy your tickets. They're literally $20 for standing room. You're going to come in. You're going to have a good time. You're going to get drunk. We got special guests. Baby, I've selected the 5. That's right. We're doing 5 sexy eating contestants. And they're
You've already
all
selected
very
them?
sexy. Yeah, baby. These people emailed me a while ago, and I've made each one of them a personalized acceptance video in full drag because I feel like they deserve it.
Amazing.
And so they got their little acceptance videos tonight, and if they're still coming, I don't know if they are. I hope to see them there.
I love this story. And I wanted to say to you, because Atlanta is happening, it's such a tight turnaround. You know, we have to like fly in and then fly back out and do the party, et cetera, et cetera. I have already reached out to what the kids call a sneaky link. I've already sort of made some arrangements. You don't like this though.
Don't like what?
Planning sex.
No, it's not my judge,
But like, if you're traveling, like, listen, we're gonna fly in. I'll have that first night, and then the next day, it's like we're probably gonna do a sound check, maybe, or go to the venue,
Yeah.
or like help
we
you
have to
do
go set up
something,
the
and
venue.
then
Well, I do.
you know, and then the party, and then we leave on the airplane. I'm like, I have to know exactly my open time to have sex.
Yeah, for a quick turnaround like this, I think, yeah, that makes the most amount of sense. But like, say we're like traveling and we're somewhere for like 3 or 4 days, I don't see that.
And it doesn't
But
mean
also,
just because
here's the thing: if you already got somebody, like if you know somebody there that you've already met and hooked up with before, I don't think that there's anything wrong with dropping a line, being like, "I'm available this night."
yes,
What do you? I'm staying at a
okay,
beautiful hotel with a strip club.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And what
I don't like is like if you're in town and you both live in LA, like being like, okay, Thursday at noon, I'm heading over, and it's like a week away. Like, who's to say?
I do
It's
that
like
all the
setting up an
time.
appointment for a haircut.
I do it all the time. Let me tell you, I do it all the time. I had one little story from the fancy party with all the famous rich people that I wanted to ask you about
Yeah, tell me.
because
About
I immediately felt nervous.
and then I might want to
to
ask you a question that might stir something up. That's probably not good.
Should we just do yours instead? Because mine is stupid.
Well, it's a question of programming. I want to talk about what happened at Fat Slut last week.
Oh, okay, do it.
And it's no offense to anybody because I don't want to be that person because the last time someone did this, everyone got mad at them. But if I'm
I think
running
it's
a
a little
show-
more. I think it's a little more nuanced how and why people were upset, and I think what you're about to say is not an upsetting thing to say.
but I think, but it is the same. Like to
Well,
me,
it's
it is
different. I
almost
think it's
the same
different.
thing.
I think it's
Okay,
different.
so in the Great Chicago cancellation of T-Rex, one of the things that they brought up was that they didn't like that she sent out like a little thing kind of describing what the show, what people like high energy numbers, keep it to a time minimum, maybe, I don't know. But as a show producer and runner now,
The specifics were. It was more specifically cases of queens of color were told to do high energy with a lot of tricks. Don't do a
Oh.
gown, don't do a ballad. So it felt like it was saying, like, basically go be a show pony, and then these other people can do what they want. That I think was the more specific examples that were used.
oh, then maybe then I guess they're not at all the same thing. Okay.
No, but
So
we joke
what
about it
I'm
'cause-
saying is when
Yeah.
I book people, I book them because I like them or I've seen their art or I've watched a performance of theirs and I'm like, oh, I really like that. So when I book them, I'm like, I like your aesthetic, I like your zhuzh, I like everything you do. I'm not going to tell somebody what to perform. They always ask, like, what does the audience like? And it's like, the audience likes what every audience likes. They like a high energy, quick 4-minute, like fun mix that goes on a ride and it gets bigger and builds and then it's over.
Yeah.
That's what an audience likes. That's what any fucking audience likes. But I'm not going to tell somebody, please don't do a spoken word mix that's 8 minutes long because it's not my place to tell them how to do their art. But in a show, when I have like 6 people lined up and everyone does a number that is 6 minutes long, that is, it's crazy to me. Like, if I'm booked for 2 numbers, one of my numbers will be 5 or 6 minutes, but my other number, and maybe this is just how LA works, because I know in Houston, when I did a show out in Houston, the girls were doing 11-minute mixes.
Right.
They
And
were
there's
like doing
also
full
there's
doubles
also
2 times, and that's what people want. So again, it's like, I don't know. There's different regions for drag, so I don't know how to do it. But I want to say, okay, all this is leading to, I want to tell people, like, please understand that spoken word is hard in a gay bar, and like 4 minutes is kind of the max.
I think you should create a generic response that you send to everybody, because you already have this. You're like, we start our show on time. This is not drag time. The show starts promptly at 10:30 or whatever. Like, I remember when I got booked, you like sent this message. I would then include, Fat Slut has a reputation of being a really high energy, like performance focused party.
But then I don't want to limit what people want to do.
Let me finish. And
Okay,
then you
sorry.
write, here's what really has worked in the past. High energy, reveals, gags, costume changes, no 8-minute numbers. Here's what doesn't do as well. Anything with spoken word, slow songs, anything that is just like a straight performance with no twist. Best of luck. You know what I mean? Like,
But I don't mind a straight performance with no twist. That's the thing. But I was like, they can't both be that, but then they both also can't be 8-minute things. It's like, you have to think about what you're...
But what I'm saying is, you give them the information, and if they cannot glean from that information, because guess what? You could book someone who comes with a 6-minute fucking ballad, and it could be so sickening that they shake the building because they're that kind of a performer, and you would love that. So all you're doing is providing them with here's what is normally very successful, here's what doesn't work.
Yeah, so it's like, it's kind of on you if it like, because Miss Mamshi came and literally did a full-blown like 3-minute monologue.
Spoken word, there was no music
and
in
they were
it.
banging on the fucking on the stage for her. So it's
exactly.
like the rule, there's exceptions to every rule. But like,
So
not
that's
everything.
why I'm saying you don't set it up like
exception.
a rule. You just give them the information.
Because it was a long show, everybody. It was a very long show. And we were going back to back to back. And I was like, there's no breaks for bar sales. And I don't know if y'all know this, but part of the job is you try to get everyone to sell, like, you buy alcohol. And they buy alcohol when the show is done. But if the show is too long, it was like I was truly spiraling that night.
I mean, listen, it's your night, it's your show. And I think the whole point is you get to curate it. And as the curator, you give the performers as much information as they want. I know that, like, I have gone out of town to an event and gotten there, and it's been time to perform, and I have a 6-minute mega mix, but the audience is seated, ready for a show. And I'm like, what? And they're like, do you have more songs? And I'm like, no one gave me the information that they wanted a full concert. I thought this was a club night. So that, I mean, I learned very early on to ask a whole bunch of questions. And, you know, for me, when I went to Fat Slut, it was only after I had been there once or twice that I performed, and I knew exactly how to build like a set that was perfect for Fat Slut.
That being said, it was an incredible lineup. They were all so good. Fucking China Mulani.
She ate, girl.
She ate.
And she just said, oh no, the one thing was a mix from one song to the other.
But again, that was the exception to the rule. Like, they loved it. They were pounding on the stage.
Yeah.
So I guess it's just know what you're good at. But next month, October 21st, Fat Slut, we have Dali, winner of Dragula. What was it called?
You trying to suck dick? What are you up to?
She's booked for the 21st with Abora, Mama St. Morton, and Black Tea from DTLA.
Oh, because it's a spooky one.
Yeah, I told them, I said, this time I said Dolly and Abora are there. They might do spooky. It's October, but do whatever you want.
So what you do is you're just going to get on the show every month and complain after not taking any proactive action.
You know what? I will. I'm gonna send this message today, and it's gonna make me very uncomfortable. And it's gonna be screenshotted and shared. And it's gonna be like, Meatball's a bitch. She won't let me do my art.
Start it with a disclaimer like the Boulets. Your drag is your art, and all art is valid. But let me just give you some information about what is normally successful here at this club.
I send them an email and a side video, and the side video is just my hands gesturing, and I'm like, read it with the hands.
With bugles on your
With
hands.
bugles on my fingers.
All right, let's take a break.
And we're back. Okay, so tell me the story about last night at the party. Again, almost cried earlier on this call because I didn't get to go.
No, this is so dumb. Okay, I was eating. I ate a little, and then
What was the food? Tell me about the food.
It was good. It was good. There were like sliders and a bunch of crudité and charcuterie boards, and there was ice cream.
Charbucci cat.
And cookies. Oh, the Bucci Cat shirts will be in Atlanta, by the way. I hope you have a merch stand because I'm bringing all of them to Atlanta.
Okay.
I'm just saying.
All of them?
I could bring like some of each size.
Thank you. Yes, we have so many, everybody. Don't worry about it.
Don't worry about it.
And
Anyways,
thank you all for those recent candles purchases. Those are still for sale on my big cartel.
So I was eating in the kitchen, and I had my plate.
They let you in the house?
The whole party was in the house. They had a couple napkins.
What was the art like?
You would have loved. The house was really cool.
Fuck!
They had a couple napkins on the table. I'm sorry. I had my plate, glass, by the way. No cater waiter. I mean, it was all cater waiter, but it was classy cater waiter. All the glasses at the bar were glass too. Oh yeah, honey. We were surrounded by millionaires. What was interesting about the party, it was like I would say it was like half regular people, half Hollywood industry millionaires, because there were a lot of like just families who work with this like nonprofit organization. There were like kids there and foster families, and like, like it was like a mix of that. Yeah,
they had orphan children there for show?
They had, no. They had kids with their families, like placed in foster families, who were then taking pictures with the pit crew. It was great. Okay, anyhow. But I had my plate.
A single tier. Do you see that?
Yeah. I was eating at the kitchen island, standing talking to my friend, and there were some napkins that I had in my one hand, and I set them down, and then I set my plate down, and then I was gesturing to him, and then I was like picking off the plate, and then some man like reached across my body and like went, I thought was like grabbing my plate to take it away, but it had like half of a burger on it. So I like turned and I was like, oh, and then he looked at me and I was like, oh, I thought he was like a waiter, and I was just gonna be like, oh, I'm not done yet. And he was like just a guest. And he was like, oh, I'm just gonna grab. And then he just took the napkins. And the napkin, it's not like someone spilled the drink and he was like, oh shoot, does anyone have any napkins? Like quickly. It was like he was trying to get a cookie and wanted to use the napkins and sort of somehow thought they were like everyone's napkins, but they were like next to my plate on the counter.
That's weird behavior.
I was incredibly rude to him.
Yeah, sometimes you are rude and you don't know it, but like you can be real rude.
I kind of snap. Like any normal person would be like, uh-oh, and he would be like, oh, napkins, and I would be like, oh yeah, sure, there's an extra one, here you go. I was like, sorry, what? And he was like, oh, I just needed some napkins. I was like, yeah, these are mine. I thought you were trying to take food off my plate. And he was like, oh no, just wanted napkins. And I was like, okay, well, there are some in the other room. Like, I was rude and I didn't mean to be, and I didn't know what was happening. And I like, it just like jumped out of me. And then kind of for the rest of the night, I was just like, I hate that all I can think about when going to a Hollywood party is like who is that person, and will that fucking tiny interaction bite me in the ass later in my career or my life?
It will. Oh, it will.
And like I kind of
We'll be out pitching our TV show. We'll walk into a meeting. I'll be in full drag. I'll have spent all day getting in drag for this meeting. We get there, and it's him. That's what's gonna happen.
I kind of feel like I played it off like I really thought he was reaching for food off my plate.
And before we can even sit down, he's gonna pull out a napkin from his pocket and throw it at you and say, "There's your fucking napkin."
Get
and
the
he's gonna
fuck
ask
out
us
of
to
my
leave.
office.
We'll be escorted out.
So I may have ruined our entire careers in this tiny little napkin scenario. My apologies. Now, we've come to the point in the show where Meatball is going to tell us her feelings on the beautiful motion picture film Catfight.
Oh my God.
Starring Anne Heche and Sandra Oh.
You really forced me to watch that thing. It was bad.
Yes, keep going. You can't just say one
Oh,
word
I thought you
about it.
froze. You were just staring at me.
I'm just waiting for you to keep talking about it.
It was bad. It was shot weird. Some of the scenes needed color correction. I do understand why you like it because it was too long and it dragged on. But I get like, it was just not a good movie. And I didn't like have any compassion for either of the characters throughout it, which I guess is kind of the point. It's like when one's at their low point, you're supposed to feel bad for them, but it's like I didn't feel bad for either of them. And I didn't like watching those fight scenes because those were bad too.
Did you notice that so the premise of the film is, do you want to say the premise?
Okay, the premise of the film is Sandra Oh and what's her name? Anne Heche were like friends in college. And they run into and Sandra Oh has a super rich husband and a son who wants to be an artist, but she's like, don't be an artist. I knew an artist in college and she was a fucking nightmare. And she's living her best life and she's doing whatever she wants. And then she goes to a party for her husband. And her husband's like, oh, I think you might be an alcoholic. And then they go to this party and she gets fucking drunk. And one of the cater waiters at the event is Anne Heche, that girl from college that she hated. And then they get into a huge cat fight. And it puts Sandra Oh in a coma. Sandra Oh wakes up from the coma like 2 years later. Her child is dead because he went into the army because she said not to be an artist.
Well,
and
you don't
her
have to
husband
say
is
every
dead.
beat of the film.
Oh.
I was going to say two friends from college who are at very different places in their life run into each other and have this like physical altercation. And then they essentially flip flop from destitution to success in their lives back and forth over many years of time.
Until the very end.
And don't say what happens in the end. It's a psycho. Do you remember what happens in the end?
They just keep fighting and then the camera turns back on, right?
Uh-huh.
But neither of them dies, right?
Oh, I thought she killed her at the end.
Wait, who killed who?
No, I think they just fade away as they're like fighting in the woods.
Yeah.
What to me was crazy about the film is all of the fight sequences, the audio design is like pow, slam, bang, shit, like it's like overly comically sound designed.
Yeah. It is like an absurdist thing. Like when she wakes up and they're like, oh, your son died and your husband's dead and you have no money. Like it's just like piling it on. It was funny.
And it felt like a
But I don't
play. The amount of symbolism and repetition felt very much like a play.
Yes. I just couldn't get.
I was surprised at the cast. I was like, these people are all. But I think the film came out in 2008, which means I feel like Sandra Oh did it before Killing Eve because now she's such a prestige actor.
But she went to the Queen's funeral.
She did go to the Queen's funeral.
That's how prestigious she is. Apparently, she's based. Is she Canadian?
Right, but I mean, all good actors are. But yeah, the Killing Eve is not
I'm
an
American.
It's not an American show. All right.
It's a
Well,
British
thanks
show.
so much. Listen,
Were you tapping your? Did you get filler? I know you
No,
went
I
and
got a facial. I got a facial yesterday.
Did they do that thing when they put the steam like
I was completely
near your
sleeping,
face?
literally the entire time, completely asleep. And when I left,
How can you sleep during that?
It was a
They're
50-minute
scraping your skin.
it was a 50-minute facial. My appointment was at 3:20, and when I left, what time do you think it was?
5:20.
No, it was 4:00, and I was like, "The math ain't mathing. You owe me 10 more minutes." Miss Thing was like, "You're all done." She woke me up, and then as I was leaving, because girl, those facials are like $140.
Yeah, they're expensive.
I feel luminous, luscious, amazing.
Yeah, you look great. You're
fantastic,
glowing.
youthful, and fantastic.
Now, I wouldn't have gotten the facial the same day I was doing something. I would have waited a day.
It wasn't like she like cleansed, exfoliated, did a hydrating mask, and did some extractions and like one or two other things. Like it wasn't like a scraping thing.
Oh.
So maybe I'm overpaying.
No. I think just a basic facial. That sounds about right. 120.
It's too much
140
money, girl. All right, listen, we gotta end.
I got to extract at home.
Well, you got some things to extract.
Yeah, bumps and lumps. We're talking about them now. Okay. Thank you so much for listening to this week's episode of Sloppy Seconds. I hope you enjoyed it. Don't forget to like and subscribe so you don't ever miss an episode, which come out every Tuesday and Friday.
Bumps and
you can follow us on
lumps.
Instagram at SloppyPod, or make sure to follow Mom Podcasts everywhere, including YouTube, Instagram, and the Tiki Takis. You can follow us on
And we
Instagram
hope you
at Fat
enjoyed
Dry
that
Meatball and
Hot
Big
Ones
Dipper.
episode. Sorry.
Yeah, the whole Hot Ones episode is out on YouTube. Too many apps. Don't forget to call us with your own fuck talk story at 213-536-9180 and leave a voicemail or an email at sloppysecondspot@gmail.com. Goodbye. Mom. To listen to Sloppy Seconds one day early, ad-free, and to watch our full video episodes, sign up for Mom Plus at mompodcast.plus.
Sloppy Seconds is produced by Moguls of Media, aka Mom.
Hosted by Big Dipper and Meatball.
Editing and sound design by
William Pitts. Executive produced by Willem Belli, Alaska Thunderfuck, Big Dipper, and Joe Cilio.
Our artwork was drawn by Christian Cimarroni.
And our theme song was written by Mike Malarkey.